My daughter Brianna, she's loads of fun. She's silly, goofy, she's smart. Woke up one day and her face was like swollen. Like she didn't go to bed this way. So I took her to the emergency room like the next day, and the ER doctor ran some tests. Her vitals were good, nothing abnormal. They were thinking she just had an allergic reaction to something. My mother, she was very, very concerned and voiced her opinion, and she was like, you need to follow up with her pediatric doctor. He looked at her and said, I don't want to alarm you, but I think something is wrong with her. Sorry. Something is wrong with her heart or lungs. And then eventually he came back and he said that she had ALL, acute lymphoma leukemia.
Jameson was in 7th grade, and he was what seemingly a healthy athlete playing 3 sports, and he was getting fevers occasionally and a little bit more run down. We went to the doctor on a Friday and they did blood work, and then that evening they called me and the pediatrician said his blood counts show that he probably has leukemia.
Rhett was born in May, and when he was 3 months old, they all got a pretty aggressive respiratory virus. And
Rhett kind of took it the hardest out of all of them. So when I got to his pediatrician, he didn't look good. So they checked his hemoglobin, and it was 2.9, which is very low. And they wanted me to get him to the hospital immediately.
I just remember when we got to the emergency room, waiting room, we gave our name at the desk. We went to sit down and there were dozens of people with their kids sitting in the emergency room, and we hadn't been in our seats for 2 minutes and our name got called. And that's when I knew it probably wasn't good, because they immediately called us back and put us in a room, ran some more tests. And within the next hour or so, an emergency room doctor came in and shared with us that Jameson did in fact have leukemia. And the first question that he had was, how long does this mean I'll have to be out for sports? Because he was in the middle of his basketball season, and he really loves playing baseball as well. That wasn't even in the ballpark of what we were thinking at that point, but that was what he was curious about.
Rhett's doctor, Dr. Reed, came in and told us the news that it was not viral, that he had ALL.
And we pretty much just immediately broke down.
When they first were going over Rhett's diagnosis, they had given us a 20% survival rate. So I don't know that we comprehended anything she told us that day.
It was very tough. Like, I would break down at little things. It would hurt to see that my daughter couldn't participate because she had just got done with chemo and she wasn't feeling well, or like even when her hair fell out, like I knew that it was a positive sign, but it was a physical sign that everything is not okay. You just want your kid to be normal like everyone else.
So I stayed home with the kids. She primarily stayed with Rhett most of the time.
I missed 9 months of Isla and Oakland's time at home.
Life.
And you missed a lot.
Yeah, I missed a lot of Rhett because I was home with them.
So our family was just divided for 9 months.
as a dad, it was really hard for me to accept help because I always felt like I'm the one that's supposed to take care of my kids, take care of my wife, provide for my family. But it became very obvious very quickly that I was not going to be able to handle all this by myself. And so, to be able to lean on other people and the different organizations like NC4K who came alongside of us were huge encouragements through what was undoubtedly some of the most difficult years of our lives.
You have support from your family, and that's great, but it's great to have support from people who are going through things similar to you that can understand you a bit better. It's just having that support helped me get through it.
We didn't feel like we wanted to ask and burden somebody for help. And we realized as we were getting into this, we were going to need help. And we were very, very fortunate to have a lot of help from friends and family. NC4K gave us gas cards, I believe, food cards.
They helped with Christmas so much. They decorated our house for Christmas with Christmas lights. The kids loved that. That was one of their favorite things.
Your kid is still here. You want them to still enjoy. You want to be able to have positive memories. And I feel like that's what NC4K does. Like, your kid is able to have fun. You're able to have fun. Able to create positive memories with your kids and feel some type of normalcy.
As a parent, there's a relief that comes when you can see your kids just play and forget that all that they're because it's not just Jameson, it's Michaela and it's Josiah as well.
We actually went to their Easter during COVID, so they actually lined up outside of their office, and there was Disney characters and loads of stuff, toys.
There are a lot of stuff there. It was stuff.
The NC4K events were one of the only times we really spent much time together away from the hospital.
As a family,
it was our little getaway.
They offered crafts and dinner, and we got to go ice skating, and we just got to make so many memories together that we missed out on.
Being able to get out and do something fun as a family, and just the support they showed us through the adoption program. It's been a huge blessing. The kids have received things that maybe we might have not been able to provide for them with having additional medical things to pay for, or just time away from work, or spending time at the hospital. The adoption program has really meant a lot to our kids.
It's okay to stick your hand out and say, I need help, or I would like to be a part of something that's, greater than what we're going through.
I just want to thank NC4K for reaching out to us and being such a big support system for our family. Thank you for supporting us and making Christmas magical for the kids.
We wouldn't have been able to have done Christmas without NC4K, and
the kids were just amazed by everything. NC4K was really a big difference for us.